Hey everybody, I just wanted to pop on really quick to give you a comparison between our old Stampin' Up trimmer and our new Stampin' Up trimmer. So this just came in the mail like not more than 3 hours ago. I went and picked it up this afternoon. As you can tell just by looking at it, and I know they're kind of off the screen here, but anyway, you can kind of see here how straight this one is. That was my biggest complaint about this one. It had this swoop-de-doo here, and so if I ever wanted to store it, I couldn't because it would wibble wobbly on me, or this way it would kind of do that. So there's also probably about 1/4 of an inch difference in depth. So this one, it has a very low profile compared to this one. As you can see, they both have scoring blades and cutting blades. So this one, the reason why it's so full in the back is because it has a little storage compartment for the trimmer blades. Now, here is a trimmer blade, and you would get, I think, 2 in a pack. When you get these trimmer blades, they're 4 in a pack. Now, the one thing that I noticed that people weren't doing when they did their comparisons is giving you an actual comparison on the trimmer blades itself. So we're gonna go real close so that you can see these trimmer blades. So that would be the cutting blade. That's what, see that little, it's almost like a little needle right there? That was supposed to cut. Look at this one. Can you see the difference? In this white thing here, that's where the blade is. There's a good shot. It's humongous compared to this blade. Like, there is seriously no comparison. So they are of different construction. They're very different. The feel is different even. This has a much better grip. This one never did really. So the nice thing here is you can see where it's cutting. There's a little niche there and there. And this one never did have that at all. I am just impressed with the blade itself. So, more differences. This one has a storage case underneath. This one does not. This one has little feet and extra feet for the arms underneath. And if you recall, a lot of people were talking about this little arm. This arm, I've used this a lot. It has a little foot on it and it snaps into place, this part right here, so that it gave it stability when you were cutting. So, and that's awesome. But because this has such a low profile, you don't need to do that. And that is that's the arm. So other than that, because this has such a low profile, and it's because you don't store anything underneath. So it was a great idea, but the nice thing is it's streamlined. It has become less plastic, that sort of thing. So one other thing is it doesn't have, this one has a lock up at the front, right here, and you can lock, well, at least temporarily secure this piece. This does not have that same lock. It just sort of snaps into place. It's really, I want to say snappy, because it's not going to fall out, except the scoring blade just fell out. You have to make sure that things are in there. Oh, and that's one thing here. The scoring blade and the other blade, they just sort of tip out. So it's a much easier way of getting things out. There we go. It has two little feet here. So what will you catch this? There's a opening, a hole here, and that's where the foot goes in, and then it slides a little bit, and then the second foot goes in. So no struggling. I did have to sometimes, with this one, you had to take it all the way down, and then you sort of had to poke it out from behind there to make it come out. So that is, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that anymore. Okay, so this one is pretty snappy. Okay, so what else can I talk about? I can talk about the length of the arm. This arm goes out to 17 inches if you would like to see the full extension. And it's a little stiff, but it will take 17¼ inches from the cutting blade, so maybe 18 inches if you, or lots anyway, of at least measurement, 17¼ and because it does have those feet, there's no sagging, no nothing. There is some markings right here. I'll get right up and close. Can you see? There's some markings there. So that was an amazing little extra that they did, and that will help. That helps. Does it not help? I think it helps. So when you're doing like little 1/2-inch pieces of paper, the one thing that I noticed with this one is that sometimes there's no stopper, right? So you would sort of slide off into no man's land, where on this one there is a little stopper, so you're not you're able to, you know, cut that 3/4 inch or 1/2 inch, or that's 1/2 inch right there. And what I really like about this, and I know that everybody's going to kill me but I actually really like using centimeters because I find them more accurate. Sometimes, or you can just get a smaller amount with the centimeters. I grew up with centimeters. I talk in kilometers. It's only in kind of paper crafting that I find that I'm doing inches. And like I didn't, until I started paper crafting, I didn't even know what like 1/16 of an inch was. I didn't get it because it was fractions, and I just stopped caring at that point. But here I can go from, say, this is 1 centimeter, and I can find the 1 centimeter here too. So you know that you're going to be accurate because you have this middle measurement, and it does centimeters on the top and inches on the bottom. Centimeters on top, inches at the bottom. Centimeters on top, inches on the bottom. Same with the ruler, the arm, centimeters on the top, inches on the bottom. The only place that there is not centimeters is, and I'll just put this little piece of paper right in there, is right on the arm. So, which, you know, it would be hard for them to do. It would be a little confusing, I think. So I think maybe in the future, maybe they might come out with a metric arm if you would really like that. And, you know, a lot of people might. Who knows? That might be something to put into the suggestion box. So, and it looks like the arm does come out of its holder. There we go. So the arm is retractable, just like the arm is there. Okay. I always label my score blade with, because I've made the mistake once by cutting something when I'm scoring, so I can still do that with this guy here. You can see I've put the little word score on there, and I do score quite a bit. The one nice thing too is that it has a little thing here, so if you wanted to hook this on a you know, inside your desk or on a wall, you can do that. This one never really did have. It just kind of had to, maybe this little guy could do it. I don't know. So that's also a nice little feature. Moreover, I don't think I can talk about any more of the benefits other than, you know, we need to get into actual cutting, because that's really how a cutting product works. And we need to take it through it's, you know, let it go through hoops a little bit. So I'm going to do 1 centimeter, and this is Whisper White thick. So that cut very nicely. So the one thing when I was on the Greece trip, I felt that there was a weird lip in the prototype that I didn't like, and they have gotten rid of it. So if you were pushing, you know, like it smoothly goes, that was the one thing that I was concerned about. So it smoothly allows your paper to go across. So now I'm going to do a 1/2 centimeter, and that went like butter. And that Whisper White thick, okay? So now I'm going to do 1/4 centimeter. Because isn't that, you know, when you want to see like how it's gonna cut, right? And now I'm gonna do like 1 millimeter. Let's see if I can do 1 millimeter. Ah, look at that. Right? That's what I want to see. I want to see what a trimmer can do, and if it can give me that little, you know what I'm talking about, why you're going to need that little piece of paper. If you want to have 2 pieces of designer series paper and you want to cover that unsightly seam, these are the strips that I like to make. And on the other, there, it's nice and even. So this was Whisper White thick. Let's do the exact same thing on Whisper White thin, because sometimes a thinner piece is harder. We're gonna do 1 centimeter. All right, 1/2 centimeter. All right, 1/4 centimeter. Oh my gosh, that's so perfect. And then just like a little bit, even less. And that's Whisper White thin. So, you know, after seeing what it can do and how I mean, of course the blade is brand new, you know. I will make note on how long I've kept this blade in. I will honestly do that because you never know how long they're going to be. But I can see with that depth of that razor or the cutter, like how deep it goes in, I'm thinking it's going to be awesome. There was one other little thing. There is no rubber in here. With this one, we had a little rubber thing in here and no more. And I never really knew why that it was in there anyway. So anyway, there is not one in there, and I would suggest if you ever need to clean, because sometimes you get a little gunk and whatnot, you can take an alcohol wipe like this and take your pick tool, or I just happen to have a retired paper piercer, and just put it through. That's how I clean the other one. And obviously this one will be nice and clean, but that's how I would make it clean. One more thing, it does have a plastic on here, and that plastic I'm going to keep on for a little bit. I find that it has less glare. This one eventually, do you see the difference? There's a little bit less glare. So maybe for videos, I might keep this on, the plastic on, until it needs to come off. If it never comes off, that's awesome. But this one, I did take the plastic off, or the protector sheet off, after a while. And like I said, you can see the reflection of everything that's going on up there. So one other thing, it came in a really lovely box. And I think that if I do ever travel, I very well might keep this box, just to, because it's a unique size. It's just a really nice box that I can keep the trimmer in if I travel. So there you go. Thank you so very much for watching, and please subscribe, thumbs up, that sort of thing. I appreciate all of you who watch. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now. Hey, thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. On screen are 2 more videos for inspiration. Click on the maple leaf for my blog, or click on me to subscribe to my channel. Thanks again for watching.